Unbroken, a World War II story of survival, resilience, and redemption. It was written by Laura Hillenbrand, who also wrote Seabiscuit, the American Legend. The novel Unbroken follows the life story of Louis Zamborini, and the book covers a large section of his childhood, his time as an Olympic runner, being drafted for World War II, fighting in World War II, and his life in the POW camps and his life after being liberated from the POW camps. As many people already know, Unbroken was created into a film which was directed by Angelina Jolie. I'm not going into the film very much, because this is the review of the book, not the film. So, back to the book. There are some spoilers, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. As mentioned previously, Unbroken is the story of the life of Louis Zamborini, aka Louis. The way that Laura Hillenbrand wrote the book, though, gives it a very fiction feel for individuals who do not like nonfiction very much or would rather read fiction novels. This is wonderfully written. And I am one of those people. So, when I first picked up this book, I had it in my head that it was going to be like many other war books where the main character, aka Louis, would be this very well-behaved child who is going to war because it's his duty. But I was surprisingly wrong. Louis was actually this very mischievous child who got into a lot of trouble and was on the wrong side of the tracks for a long time. But then he got his brother helped him get his life together. And it was very entertaining and fun to read. And I really enjoyed this book overall. I also enjoyed how after Louis was liberated from the POW camps that the book just didn't end. It went into how he had to get his life back together because he was suffering from all this post-traumatic stress, which back then wasn't a diagnosis for people who had seen and been through these horrible experiences. And the book goes into how he dealt with this trauma. And in some cases, Laura Hillenbrand wrote how he had done things after the war that even he regretted. But moving on to a lighter note, Louis Zamborini did get to see the film before he passed away on July 2nd, 2014, which is pretty awesome in my book. The last thing I do have to say regarding the film is that if you are squeamish or you want to recommend this book to someone who's squeamish and doesn't do well reading about graphic violence, I would recommend seeing the film first. Because the film, being PG-13 and only a couple hours long, doesn't dumb down, but scales down the violence that is in the book. But I do recommend reading the book either way. So, I do recommend reading the book. The film is very enjoyable, but in my personal book, being that I read the book first, I believe the book is better. But the film does a great job. Anyway, I do recommend reading this book. It is a very intriguing read, especially if you are interested in the events that surrounded World War II or the people who fought in the World War II.